Hello and welcome to Dreams of Wings. On this balmy Sunday evening, who am I kidding? It's blooming horrible. It's hot, it's dry, it's another heat wave. So what better thing to do than lock myself in a room, close all the windows and turn on a very hot computer. But I'm kind of feeling a little bit celebratory tonight because High Performance Group put out the message this afternoon, this morning, depending on what part of the world you're in, that it looks like there's some good news for the H145 and the 160, that they are working with some developers now, and hopefully we will get some updates on the way, and also hopefully the action pack for the H160 as well. So I'd been feeling a little bit recently. I'd had a couple of problems with the H145, not necessarily the H145's fault, but I was beginning to get a taste of the end coming, but now we have new hope, and new hope is what it's all about, isn't it? Anyway, great to see everyone up here. We are, of course, at RAF Lossiemouth, home of I need to show you, don't I? There you go. That's Seeking, X-Ray Zulu 588, which did spend some time here back in the 80s, around about when I was living in Lossie. And it's a lovely, lovely helicopter, and it's looked after these days by Historic Helicopters, who are doing a grand job of looking after it, and it's always nice to see it. And of course, if you know the channel, which I'm sure you do because you're watching it, if I get the right button, there we go. That is the repaint honouring X-Ray Zulu 588. Beautiful. Right, and that's a repaint by Demo Designs. All the links are in the down below, by the way, in the video, if you're interested in getting hold of these things. I try and put all the links in there. Hello to everyone in the chat. Great to see you. Always good to see some familiar names. And let's do a quick name check out here. We have Mazinki, we have Murdoch, we have Platty. I don't think at the moment we have anyone else, but if you want to fly along, I've no idea where we're going to end up, but if you want to fly along, you are more than welcome to join on the Western Europe server. Okay, so very quickly, what are we using? We're using the High Performance Group H145, the High Performance Group H145 Action Pack Expansion. We're using the fantastic Random and Anywhere, that's what it's called on the flightsim.to page, but everywhere else, just to confuse it, it's called Random and Everywhere. So we're using that to drive the missions, to give us some, well, it does a whole load of clever stuff. If you know, you know. If you don't, you'll kind of get a taste of it this evening. We've got the Kickers sound pack, which gives us some wonderful voices. And we're also using the Kickers OSM server, which is what drives the data that the mission builder uses to see where roads and you know, hospitals and all sorts of other things are that it needs to do it. Yeah, really cool, clever stuff. And also, of course, the M. Gonzalez sound pack and the epic full Scottish helipads pack. I think that covers it. Right, everyone happy? Excellent. Excellent. Right. So, you may remember, if you joined the stream the other night, I had a couple of issues with it was information not showing correctly in the PFD, well, all the FDs. I had no real nav information apart from a visual indication on the map. Narrowed it down to be something to do with the TDS GTNXI installation. Tried to reinstall things a million times. Didn't work, so I've taken the TDS out and I'm using the PMS. And that seems to work, although, as I always say on a stream, that's when things always go wrong. So it's about to blow up in my face. 1 minute I'm celebrating, the next minute I'm having to cry off. So we'll see anyway. But we'll get the mission started. Get that rolling up. Mike Helo's here as well. Good to see you. While we're doing that, I'm just going to take the nameplates off for the sake of realism. Right, so that's all logging in. There we go. I'm going to wind that out. I don't think, I will check. There's Frank. No, I'm just going to leave that as it is. That's all good. I'm going to wind this out a little bit so it's not too close, because that's a bit embarrassing when it does that. Single player, and now we can get some power on. And let's get some lights on. Happy with that. I am going to just turn that up as well. It's a little bit, it gets darker later up here in the Highlands, this far north. But it's a little bit cloudy. And boy, do they need rain up here with the wildfires that have been going on in the Cairngorms. So hopefully they'll be getting some of that. I'm up here in a few weeks, and it's the first time I have hoped that when I come up here it's raining, purely because of these blooming wildfires. Right, that's all done. That's all good. Let's turn the mission radio on. So again, if you know, you know, but if you don't, this is what connects us to the rescue centre. This is where we're getting our shouts from. So just waiting for that to connect up. This mod simulates time, so things don't always happen instantly. So we're now connecting. We won't necessarily get a mission instantaneously, so we just have to be patient.
Ready for the missions?
Where's the lads? There they are, look at that. Well done, chaps. Striding out bravely. Put down their put down their mugs of tea and bacon sarnies, striding out to the helicopter like the sturdy chaps that they are.
Hey Frank, good morning.
Frank is the ground crew, by the way, wherever he's gone. He's around somewhere. Sorry, I must remember not to move my head too much when I've got head tracking on, because it's not great for the spectators.
Logbook filled and signed. Fuel tanks are almost full. If you need refueling, please ask.
No, happy with the fuel, Frank.
Thank you, Frank.
Me old mucker. You can stand too. So we're literally waiting here for a mission to come in. So if you like, we're kind of sitting in the crew room, waiting for the phone to ring. That's what's happening right now. But it will happen. There is a way you can cheat it a little bit. You can quickly click on next dispatch, and it'll suddenly chuck a mission at you. And you can also change the missions. Here we go. Interesting. Interesting. Well, that's the first time I've had that with the Kickers OSM. What did I say? What did I say about on streams? Failed to retrieve location. Okay, we'll take a quick screenshot of that. Okay, that's not a problem. It could be a paraglider lost control, making an emergency landing in an unknown position. It could just be that it's having difficulties. I've got a jacket like that, except it's the one with the collar on it, and it's got badges on it, and it's even got the Dreams of Wings patch on it. Can you believe it? Yes, I'm a proper nerd. Right, okay, next dispatch. I hate clicking that. Wow. Okay. This is a little bit more serious then, isn't it? This is a little bit more serious. Stand by. Let's just have a quick look. Have I chosen to stream this when the server's down? No, okay, I don't think it is. So let's have a look. Custom mission. I'm going to try something. Type disable. I'm going to select all missions. I'm going to come back. I'm going to come back here. Okay, bear with me. Okay, back to and receive new dispatch. Let's see. It could be that there's something going on with the OSM server. Okay, there we go. Severe wound in a patient with haemophilia. Okay, we're back on track. So let's get that going. Head tracking off. Head tracking on rather. Off on. There is the difference. Right, let's start the engine, shall we? So we're going to go 2-1. Come on, fella. Let's, while he's dicking around out there, let's have the map up. Okay, so we're going over towards Inverness.
Cabin checks finished. We're set to go.
Okay, he doesn't really say much for engine 2. He normally says something for engine 1, but we'll start engine 2. M1 rising, TOT rising, and oil pressure is rising. What have we got? At least one injured, waiting for information. Severe wound, impatient with haemophilia.
GPU disconnected. Ready to
Okay,
go. Good
so
day.
this is pretty serious. Thank you, Frank. There he is, taking his GPU for a walk.
Engine started successfully. Moving to other engine.
Okay, it's a good start on engine 2.
Engine clear.
One going on. TOT rising, N1 rising, and oil pressure rising.
All engines started successfully.
Marvellous. Just wait for that, just check that does go to idle. There we go, it's gone to idle. That's the engine, not a description of the pilot.
Hold on. Performing leak
Sub
checks.
transfer pumps on. You do your leak checks, mate. I know how much you love them, and we'll get everything else on. That's all good. Let's get the strobe on. Let's get the landing lights on now. I've already got the cockpit lights on. I am going to get the air conditioning on because, in the words of the great poet, it's getting hot in here. Right. Let's do a quick check down here.
Okay, all good.
So startup test was okay, so we know that. We're now doing the pre-flight test here, letting the computer have a look around, have a rummage, and it's come up pre-flight test okay, so that's good. So we can put that on previous. I'm now going to bring in these, and then we'll go back up here, have that to off. We will just do the Christmas check.
Fire. Engine 1 fire. Engine 2 fire.
There we go, it's Christmas time in the helicopter. I'm sorry, I say it every time. I should take it more seriously, but it always makes me think of Christmas. Okay, nothing to worry about on the annunciator there. It's saying engines are idle, which is where we've gotten. So we'll now go engines to flight. I'll catch up on the chat once we're in the air, by the way. I'm not ignoring you. Okay, just wait for that to get to 101. Everything's looking good. We've got our nav plumbed in, which is what we weren't getting before. Happy in the back. Look at the doctor there. Shades, whether it's night or day, dark or bright sunshine, you are the dude. Doc always looks the part. I must get the Eurofighter just so I see Eurofighters here at Lossie instead of the these tube liners. Right, we've got 101. That's so good. So wind is coming from over that way, so I'm going to lift. We'll rotate. We'll take off over Frank and head in that direction. Pick up some transitional lift and then get on our way. Quick hover check. Everything's working, nothing's twanging off, and we've got no nasty lights to worry about. Gentle rotation, and watch out for the lights.
VTOS. VY.
There's the Foons. It's a lovely place, Lossie. I know I drivel on about it every time, but I loved it up here. Look at that beach over there. And that beach there. Beaches everywhere, but a lot of the time it's so damn cold. It's not somewhere you spend a lot of time on the beach, which is a shame. There's the Poseidons down there. Right, how are we doing? So we're 11 minutes out. So this is actually going to be a very, very quick hop, because we're not a million miles from Raigmore, and I would imagine that's where we're going to have to take the patient. And it could well be that we're just getting the doctor on site. It could well be that once we get there, they don't actually need us to transport the patient to the hospital. But we'll see. Cheers, Sparky. Take it easy working, mate. Hope you have a good one. I was saying it yesterday, the lighting in this sim is just stunning at times. Where you have weather like this, where you've got the sun coming through, but it's cloudy, looks amazing. Ada, I've just read your comment. I already know tonight's going to be a disaster. Dude, I thought you had a more positive mindset, but I fear that after the last one you might be right. So long as everything technically works together. I've sorted out the issues that I was having with the TDS, so that's done. What was the other thing that went wrong? Oh, it wouldn't go into the mission wouldn't offer us the hover mode, which or sorry, not hover, hoist mode, and also the helicopter wouldn't go into hover mode autopilot. I think the hover mode autopilot thing was actually down to me. I think my no sniggering, I had to tighten some bolts on my desk mount for the stick because they were they worked a bit loose, and I think even though it wasn't showing hands-on infraction in the tablet, the tiny input was somehow messing with it. That's the only thing I can think of, because it was fine after that. Akratai, how are you doing? Yes, Akratai. So, High Performance Group have put out a message on their socials, because that's what it's about, and it's about the socials. Tonight, this afternoon, saying that they have got a team working on updates for their existing products, and also they're working on the action pack expansion for the H160. So it's a bit of good news. I was saying just before, I just had a feeling after the last stream, it felt a little bit like the beginning of the end for the H145. And it kind of brought home the fact that Asobo could easily produce an update that could kill the H145, you know, straight away. But with that news, it's a little bit more positive. So yeah, happy with that. Right, autopilot time. So this is slightly different with the PMS. With the TDS, I had to turn the autopilot on, and then it came up with nav straight away. It would start doing funny things, and I had to quickly press couple. Now with this one, if I put the autopilot on, it's got heading, and now if I select couple, hello, let's come back on the speed a bit. If I select that, then yeah, that's all good. There we go. That was and again, that's something else that hopefully Hype will be able to sort out. The autopilot in this is very quick to send you into an overtalk situation, so hopefully they'll get that sorted out. Anyway, how the hell is everybody? It's Sunday night. It's Monday tomorrow. That sucks, but who cares? It's a beautiful evening up here on the Moray Firth, and we're off to save some virtual lives, see some beautiful scenery hopefully, and have a good old chat. And that's what I love about streaming. It's a chance to have a good old chat. There we go. There's the 105. Another nice helicopter. That's RAF Kinloss. It's now an army barracks. Back in the day when I was up here, it was Nimrod's. Bank holiday weekend, Akratai. That's it. I'm moving to Ireland. That's nice, isn't it? That's nice. Guy, you're on nights tomorrow. Oh, blimey. They're doing night flying, are they? I should say, Guy, Rotajez in the chat there. He works for, remember at the beginning of the stream I was talking about the beautiful Sea King that this helicopter's repaint is a homage to. Well, Guy works for Historic Helicopters, so he looks after the old girls, so it's a great organisation. They have got a cracking YouTube channel actually, and a good website, and you can actually go and see the helicopters, so it's nice to see that they're being looked after. Well, so far the helicopter is behaving itself. We're 6 minutes out from the casualty. Let's have a quick look and see. So it's just southwest of Nairn. Just trying to get an idea of what kind of terrain we're flying into. So potentially we've got a landing site there, or even in this field here, or possibly even on the road. Road might be an option, but we'll have a look when we get there. We'll do a quick recce and see what we can see. Oh, Ada, you're flying the Dauphin. The Dauphin. I love the Dauphin. I'd love to be able to do this. I'd love to be able to do random and anywhere in the Dauphin or the Dolphin. Okay, how are we looking? Everything's good. It is getting hot as hell in this room. I like to play a little game of how much is Rob getting slow roasted. So I have a thermometer in here. It's currently in this room 32.8 degrees. I think the other day the hottest it got to was about 37. So we'll see how it goes. Okay, 5 minutes out. I've got to say, to be honest, the PMS 750s, they work alright for this kind of thing. It's not, they're not as nice as the T. I mean, this is the freebie PMS as well, I should say. It just kind of fills the spot. I rarely use the GTNs in this anyway, because I'm normally, I only really fly the H145 to do this kind of missions. Yeah, I am looking forward to that Sea King as well. Without a doubt, AF Cyclic, that is going to be monumental. Absolutely monumental. The fact that someone has gone and done a Sea King, or is working on a Sea King, and the fact that it's Teog's hangar as well, is a big thing, because you know he's going to get it right. I've just seen in the Discord, by the way, yeah, let me, yeah, Streamlabs has put the link in the Discord. We do have a Discord, come along and say hello. Great bunch of people in there. Helicopters, general aviation, and warbirds, and a little bit of private jet stuff, but it's all about the community. It's all about the people. And we've got a great bunch of people there, but I've just noticed that Hawkwind has put in there, as it's my birthday today, I've had one too many to join the stream. Hawkwind is a bit of a regular, so happy birthday to Hawkwind. I'm not going to sing it, but I hope he's had a wonderful day.
Ambulance with no paramedic. Police. Confirmed
Okay,
on scene.
that's Doc giving us a bit of an update there. 3 minutes out. The lighting is just amazing in this sim. It's getting darker for sure, but I don't know how it comes across on a stream. You know, I'm sitting here with a big 4K screen in front of me and it's just beautiful, so atmospheric. Okay, 2 minutes out. I need to start getting to pilot mode. Quick slug of the old aqua.
I set a possible hospital destination for our patient. Infos are available on tablet. We can confirm or change later.
Okay. So, let's do a couple of things. Cyclic trim release is on. Autopilot is off. Nose back collected down. So we'll just start a bit of a descent and slow up a bit. I have the option to have smoke flares off because I just think it's a little bit more realistic
2 nautical miles from exit.
rather than having a big plume of smoke showing where you need to go. SAS are with us there, that's good to see. It's always handy when you're flying search and rescue or HEMS missions if you've got a DOFAT with a bunch of the SAS lads in. It's always handy just in case you get into any trouble. Any drunken locals wondering why you're landing a helicopter in their front lawn. Do you know what? I got distracted by that village down there. And of course that's not where we're going. We're going up here. Interested to see what kind of auto-gen the sim throws at us for this. Ambulance reporting single injured, unconscious. Ambulance crew have no critical care. Paramedic on board. HEMS doctor required. Well, that's
Crew, we are approaching the landing site.
that's what we've got in the back. So that's good. You get information coming through all the time. So it's a live thing rather than just fly point A to point B and all that kind of stuff. Right, let's see if we can see any ambulances or anything like that. There we go. Okay, nice one. So we'll go in that field. Wind is from behind. That's what the co-pilot said. Ha ha. And we're going to swing round. Got quite a few obstacles here. We've got trees and also we've got some cables, and we've got a ton of helicopters, which is lovely to see. That MH60's got the right idea. So I'm just going to come this away. Let's kill the tablet. Actually, I'm going to... no, I will put it here. Okay, we're down. Engines to idle. Let's get the tablet open.
Rear crew, prepare for ground operations.
So, because an ambulance has arrived, we've got a bit more information now. So we've got 70 years female, Deteriorating condition following a fall yesterday. Patient on anticoagulation, now presenting with mild
Helicopter in
heme of
position.
paralysis.
Crew, you are clear to start operations.
Conscious but confused. Okay, so at the moment I'm keeping the engines running. Lads, you might want to get a wiggle on. I do have the
Time for ground operations, please. Stand by.
I do have the... Oh, he's saying 4 minutes. I'm still going to keep the engines running. It's funny how sometimes I've got the UK emergency vehicles, but sometimes it does throw up the American ones. Not quite sure why, but I do have them. Well, there you go. Shall we pop outside and see what's going on? There you go. The Air Force just walks through buildings. Doesn't walk round them, just walk through them. Where are you going, lads? I don't want to go too far. If you go too far from the helicopter in drone mode, it does some very strange things. I'm guessing are we in here? Yeah, we're in here. There we go. So there's a casualty. There's the ambulance crew, and the lads are going to start working on the casualty now. So let's just pop back in here, and I'm just quickly checking the aircraft. I noticed it wobbled when we got back in, and that made me wonder if because we'd gone so far away it had done anything silly, but it seems to be okay. So we can see here police car, ambulance, we saw those, and they will come here from a location that the mission builder, you know, like a hospital or a police station, those will have actually driven here. Crazy, isn't it? The amount of detail. This is why it's so important to me that the H145 keeps going, because yeah, it's this mod is just too damn clever just to die. Okay, let's get the patient information up. Medical diagnostic page. There we go. So we've got a bit of information received from the ambulance, which you've already looked at. I'm just waiting for my guys to get everything set up. We'll see some more information appear as they, you know, for example, get a heart monitor on her, connect up the oxygen saturation instrument. So we'll get a bit more of that. So, but we know that she's unconscious, which isn't good, and we know that she's been assigned code 2, immediate risk of serious injury. But where we are now, we're not far from Raigmore, so, and I think that's probably where we're going to go. So there we go. We've got a heart rate now. We've got oxygen saturation level. We've also got patient conditions 37, life score 0 to 100. 0 being you don't need us anymore, and 100 being why the hell are you wasting our time? There's nothing wrong with you. Get a grip of yourself. Go for a run. That kind of thing. So we've got 37. Okay, so yes, we're going to Raigmore, which is just up the road. I'm definitely going to accept that. Right, you two, PT. Don't just stand around while we're doing this sort of thing. Get some PT in. Goodness gracious, this is the Air Force, not some kind of civilian outfit. What have we got going on over there? Let's have a wee look. Okay. That's not great. The fact that he is just standing there But let's have a look and see if we've got any movement on the map. Yeah, okay, that's fine. So he's opened the door. My crew are coming back. Any minute now, they will appear gliding through the trees. There we go, look at that. Cue the music. The heroes of 202 Squadron are back. That's Doctor and the co-pilot. The co-pilot likes to go as well. Just gives them an excuse not to have to sit next to me. Yeah, I was talking about you. I think I've upset him a bit there. So they're going to grab the... no? Patient will be transported to the helicopter by ambulance crew. Oh, okay. That's a new one. I've not seen that before. I've not seen that before. Patient will be transported to the helicopter by ambulance crew. This is a new... it's a new mission. And Andrew has obviously added some bits. Here we go. So, well done, lads. You're making the ambulance crew do some work. Platty, it's your birthday. Happy birthday to you. I hope you've had a wonderful day. I will not sing. Don't worry.
Patient on board. Take
Okay. So, quick look down here. We're ready to go. The engines are fine. We can go to flight when we're ready. We're going to Raigmore, which is just up the road. Right. You're in. You're where you should be.
Cabin secured. Ready to fly.
There we go. Right. Engines to flight. So, wind up ahead. Obstacles are trees to the right. And helicopters everywhere. Just how I like it. Engines now come up to flight. That's good. We are only 9 nautical miles away from Raigmore. Let's go. Check. Good. Everything's fine. We're not going to hang about. We do need to give our patient a gentle flight, but nonetheless we do need to get a wiggle on as well.
VTOS.
Theo Film Productions, we are heading to Inverness. We're heading to Raigmore Hospital at Inverness at the moment to take the patient back. Right, let's just wind this out a little bit. Right, watch the speed. Don't want to go too fast or it'll start over talking. So I think we definitely have time to get another mission in. For sure. Temperature now 33.5 degrees. How super. My that thing that keeps flashing up, by the way, is me. My head. As I move my head around in the cockpit, every now and again my head appears, I think. Oh, there we go. There's the ambulance. You can see on the left-hand map there, you see the ambulance driving along the road. That will actually drive back to Raigmore probably, or a closer ambulance station, but I'm guessing it'll be Raigmore. Just watching the speed. I am going to let's just get the click spot, keep that on. Life score's 37. So as we're flying, the condition of the patient can change. It can get better because of course we've got Mr. Cool Doc in the back in his shades. Yeah, that's you, sunshine. He's looking after our patient. So it's gone up to 38. I think it was 37 before, I think. Might have just imagined that. But anyway, he's keeping an eye on the patient. Or alternatively, yeah, that can go down. And it's not done it in a long time. And by a long time, I mean a couple of years. But I have had a couple of times in the distant past a situation where the doctor wanted me to land immediately so that they could perform CPR in a stable environment, and that's always quite interesting when that happens. But as I say, not happened for a few years now. That's what I love about this. You never quite know what it's going to chuck at you. But yeah, that's all right. Happy with that. 38. Let's get back the get back here. There we go. Okay, wind's going to be behind us, so we'll fly over the hospital and then we'll come in just to the, probably just to the left of the building. That's to the west of the helipad, I should think. Just anticipating that. Have to be careful, there are two big old masts here. And I've kind of visual with them now. Just make sure we don't go twanging into one of those. There's a helipad.
Rear crew, we are approaching the landing site.
Checking the wind again. Actually, it's more coming from that direction, so I'm going to wing us over here. Let's kill the tablet. We don't need that. Check the wind again. Yeah, that's perfect. Perfect. So we can come in over the car park, which is preferable. There we go. You can see the hospital crew just to the left of the helipad there, ready to receive us. Just conscious that the 105 just there, just let him move over a bit.
Rear crew, prepare for ground operations.
There we go. Perfect. Okay, engines to idle. Lovely evening, isn't it? Right, let's get the right. There we go. So they can just hoik the patient out. Now at this stage, if we weren't streaming, what happens now? I know if you've watched this before, you used the mod, you already know this, but there's the SAS. Well done, lads. Good to have you along. What happens? Oh, the SAS over there as well. We've got 2 SAS helicopters with us. That's very reassuring. So what happens now is the hospital crew will take the patient into A&E. No, don't ram him into the helicopter. Cut. Jeez. Good God. They will take the patient once they've rammed him into the helicopter first, just to check if he's still awake. They will take him to A&E. There they go. And you can see that my doctor's going with them. That's because he's going to do a handover to the A&E people and say, this is what we found, this is what we've given them, these are the conditions, give them all the numbers, so that the people receiving the patient have obviously got the latest and the best information, what is available on this poor patient. However, we're streaming, we haven't got ages to wait while that's simulated. Just think about it for a minute. Joking aside, the fact that Davierosoft have simulated the paperwork being done, that is how detailed this is. It is just mental. Cyclic Steve, well, my friend, it's just mental how much they put into it. But anyway, we don't want to sit while they do that, so I'm going to skip paperwork, and that magically brings the guy back. So we just have to wait for him to get on board, keep the engines on idle, fuel is good, and we'll do another mission. Come on, sunshine.
Cabin secured. Ready
Okay,
to fly.
so we'll receive a new dispatch, and let's see if we get the OSM error. Worker has been seriously injured while working as a construction site, situation unclear, so we'll accept that. The OSM errors we were getting before, by the way, sometimes they're just caused because it randomly selects a type of mission that doesn't fit with the environment, and it can't find the location it's looking for because it doesn't actually exist in reality where you are within the time, within the
Preparations, please wait.
you know, within the actual area that you're in. Rose says, Rob, any thoughts on doing some combat SAR low and fast in hostile areas? What do you think of that? I think the only way we do that is if I flew the English flag from the helicopter and we went for a flight over Glasgow. I think that would very quickly become a hostile area, I should think. Right, cabin preparation.
Cabin preparations
There we go, they're good to go. So at least one injured, waiting for information. We've got that. We don't know what other rescue vehicles are there at the moment. It's 31.1 nautical miles away, so that's a fair old flight. Let's see where we are on the map. Is it sending us? Okay, sending us over that way. We're going to see some nice terrain, and I wonder if it's either going to send us to Aberdeen or to Inverness afterwards, but Let's get flying. Both engines to flight. Quick check. Engine's looking good. No issues. Power coming up. Wait for the old rotating fork to get to 101. Go on, you know, there we go. Okay. Circuit trim release held on, and let's lift. Quick cover check, all good, no warnings, nothing on there. Wind is over that direction, so I'm just going to rotate. Let the 105 go. And then I'll just tuck in over here. I'll come below these two.
VTOS.
There we go, and come round.
BY.
Excellent. Watching the speed. Need to get the climb in. So yeah, we're not going right into the mountains, but it's still, we should see some relatively nice scenery. You can kind of get an idea now on the left-hand MFD of kind of where we are, the area that we're flying in. I normally get a little nav map up at the beginning, which I realised I haven't done, but at least that gives you an idea of our position. And we're on the Western Europe server, so you're more than welcome to join. Okay, so those beeps that are going on is all information that's coming through on the tablet. So I am going to hold it there, autopilot on, couple, so it couples to the nav, check the speed. Speed is not too shabby. Now we can have a look over here. Through 2 years mail, a worker has been seriously injured while working in a construction site, situation unclear. So we're still waiting for information about rescue vehicles presence, but whoever phoned it in has noticed they've got a bone fracture. If your leg is pointing backwards, then that's a reasonable diagnosis that maybe something's wrong with your leg. I'm just checking. Yeah, that's the Nairn Viaduct we're just about to fly over. I'm guessing that must be one of the Orbex POIs, maybe. Okay, quick check. All good. Gonna get the nav display up. Turn the HTORs on. Light is still okay. "16 minutes out from casualty." I'm just going to use the beep trim switch on my collective just to put in a bit of a climb, just to give us a little bit more height. Notice looks like we've got a data failure with the HTORs. Obviously haven't loaded in the I always use the HTORs on the TDS unit. and there is a separate file that you have to have loaded in if you want to use HTORs on the H145, and obviously haven't got that loaded in because we've got a data area there, but that's alright. I will use me peepers and look outside and make sure I don't bang us into anything. How do you feel about that, co-pilot? Yeah? Is that good? He's miserable. We got a backup Chinook in the house. We've got 2 SAS Dofans and a backup Chinook. It doesn't get much better than that. Lovely jubbly. Let's have a quick look actually. Let's have a quick... we're not going to bang into anything, are we? No. Okay, let's... What a magnificent group. Look at that. Wow, we've got a vampire coming in formation as well. That's different. I don't think we've had a vampire flying with us before. Nice formation there, Mike, Kilo and Trondru and Platty. Patrick Doyle, that, my friend, is a damn good question. I have been looking at a couple of sites that I think would be quite good. Kind of more over on the west coast, but Ireland is so beautiful. I thought, why not? It's got some. Distracted by the tube liner. That's the vampire. Yeah, it's some beautiful scenery over there, isn't it? But you're absolutely right. I need to get over there at some point. Let's have a quick check. 13 minutes. That's absolutely fine. Oh, Di Finucci. I wonder if that's the Di Finucci. The chap that does all the... Is it Di Finucci, the guy that does all the repaints, Warbird repaints? Don Finucci. I think it must be. So light is still reasonably good. We don't have MVGs in this helicopter. Yeah, good point. I know Murph likes his helicopters as well. Okay, quick look down, 12 minutes out. Everything's looking fine. Let's just quickly check. Engines are good. Happy with that. Just going to dial in a little bit more speed. And I'm just going to... There we go. I'm just resetting my head tracking position because that thing keeps appearing, and it may be that it's just not quite... my head tracking centre isn't quite dialed in. Isn't that right? Eh? Oi! Oi! Look at me. Yeah, you. God. Lads, can we have a new co-pilot? Yeah, can we have a new co-pilot, please? Because this one's miserable. Yeah, they don't want to know. They don't want to know. Let's come out of that. A quick look at the destination. Guinness related incident. Guinness is actually my drink. It's much... Can appreciate it more in the winter than the summer, but Guinness has always been my drink. There we go. That's not too bad. By the looks of that, we're going to have no problems finding somewhere to land there, so happy with that. Abalore. So we are getting into the wilderness here. You can see some high ground ahead. I am just going to dial in a little bit of height. Yeah, I've heard about that Arc Original, and do you know what? I keep meaning to have a look. It would be a little bit more realistic if it had a night vision goggle capability. Wow! That was Backup Chinook saying hello. Yeah, I wonder if maybe that's something they might do with one of the updates. Potentially. I've never quite understood Reshade. I tried to reinstall it a couple of years ago. I have this habit, and I'm very open to admit it. I don't really read instructions very well, and I tried to install Reshade, but it just wasn't working. And I think, yeah, it's something at some point I might need to just have a look at. But this Rex Atmos is working pretty good. I'm using the AB version 3 presets. Someone recommended them yesterday. Yeah, I think you're right, Guy. I mean, NVGs are certainly very helpful, but they don't work miracles. And I don't know about the latest kit, but certainly they can be a little bit distorting as well, can't they? Well done, Ado, well done. Proud of you, boy. Proud of you. Are you flying one of the SAS Dofans, Ado? I'm just still putting in a little bit. You can see we've climbed. I'm just dabbing in altitude just to make sure that we don't prang. 7 minutes out. Temperature in the room has gone. What was it before? I can't remember what it was the last time I told you the temperature. It's now 34.5. I don't know if that's gone up or down. Ah, good stuff. Glad to hear it, Ada. Did I put the air conditioning on? I think I did, didn't I? If only the air conditioning actually worked in my room. That would be good, wouldn't it? He doesn't care. Okay, 6 minutes out. Not far from Abalore now. On the A95, which of course is a quite a major road up here. Or a major route, I should say. It's not a big road, it's just a major route. By the way, if you can hear, I don't know if you can, I have got a fan on in the room now. I don't think it's blowing on the mic, but if you can hear a blasting sound, that's what it is. Hopefully not. And I do wish, but I don't know if they're... I've always thought this here looks like a handle that you could maybe slide the window open, but looking at the construction of the window I'm not so sure. Maybe it's just somewhere to grab a handhold or something, but I always love when you're flying the Spit and it's hot and you open the canopy when you come into land. There's something, was it psychosomatic about that? It does absolutely nothing to the airflow in your room, but yeah, I really have lost it, haven't I? Absolutely lost it. Yeah, that's true, original. That's very true. How are we looking back this way? Oh, that's nice. It's a shame that the rotors on the 105 aren't spinning. Are they on that one down there? Or maybe they're just not loaded in yet. Those weird MSFS LODs. Okay. I just know we've got an H145 gunship there. We are definitely the heaviest armed search and rescue HEMS helicopter in the UK right now. That I can guarantee in terms of our backup.
We will be first on scene.
Well, that's no surprise. Actually, have we got any... this sometimes shows you the emergency vehicle's position. But I'm not seeing anything at the moment. Okay, 2 minutes out, 4.2 nautical miles. Let's have a quick look at the gen. Nothing has been added there. Still saying waiting for information about rescue vehicles present, so we still don't know what else is coming in. But the doc said we will be the first, so that's absolutely fine. We've got a doctor and advanced paramedic on board, so patient's going to be absolutely fine. Tradewind, I salute you. Absolutely salute you. You do this stuff for real.
I set a possible hospital destination for our patient. Infos are available on tablet. We can confirm or change later.
This is these kind of flights are always a little bit light-hearted, but I always have a huge amount of respect for anybody, whether they're in a helicopter, in an ambulance, whatever, who is doing this kind of work, saving people's lives. Okay, 1 minute out, and I've got eye sting, which is never a good thing. Okay, get a grip, lad. Get a grip. The person on the ground is in a much worse position than you. Okay, so cyclic trim release is on. Kill the autopilot, and let's take manual control. So from as we saw before, there's plenty of places we can land here, looking at the map. We're a little bit too high, to be honest. I was being cautious because of the terrain, but really at this point I would like to be a little bit lower than I am. That's fine.
Crew, we are approaching the landing site.
And I've really got a bad case of eye sting. I'm actually flying on one eye at the moment, which isn't ideal. So let's get back in control. There There we go. Number 1i still inoperable. But don't worry. Okay, I think I can see... There we go. I can see the construction vehicles down there. I'm now going to try and get number 1i working. Number 1i is now operable. And we've got the hoisting thing. I'm almost a little bit tempted just to get some hoisting practice in, but we will land in the field. Right, wind is coming from over there. My number 1i not working is definitely causing a bit of a distraction, but I need to not worry about that. We'll kill the tablet, slide over here.
Watch out! Reduce collective now.
This is going to be interesting. Oh,
Rear crew, prepare for ground operations. Reasonably close. Hey, we crashed. Everyone okay?
there you go. That's what happens when number 1i stops working. Okay, I'm going to put us down in this field. We've got into a very nasty vortex ring state there. There we go. Right, let's get the engines to idle.
Hey, we crashed. Everyone okay?
Oi, stop panicking. Good God. I expected better of you lot. Right, excuse me, I'm just going to remove my headset a second. There we go. Number 1i is now working. Good God. Wow.
We need time for ground operations, please. Stand by.
Right, what's he saying? How long have we got down here? Come on, get the click spot. Two minutes, so I'll leave the engine running. But let's get the medical diagnostic page up. Elvin D, thank you for subscribing. That will leave a mark, Mike. Lesson learned there. When you start getting eye sting, do something about it before you try and land a blooming helicopter, because it's rather distracting. One sec. There we go. God. So we don't have a name yet. We have got emergency code 2, which is immediate risk of serious injury. We've got a life score of 53 at the moment, and like I said before, that will change as time goes on. Sarah will yell at me, that's for sure. She won't be happy after that. We definitely over talked, without a doubt. There we go. So they're just doing their thing over there. So I never learn. I never learn. It gets so hot in this room, and it gets hot and sweaty and dry. I've got a fan on me, and I always, in these conditions, I always get a bit of eye sting. And you know what it's like, your eye starts stinging, and then it's kind of closing up, and then it starts watering, and then you're kind of, half your face is crying and half your face is just trying to figure out what to do with the other half. And I should be better prepared for these kind of situations rather than doing what I just did, which was enter that was a really nasty ring vortex. I tried to get out of it, but I couldn't. I was trying to slide out of it, but just wasn't happening. It wasn't taking it. What's the time? 10 to 9 here in the UK. What have we got now? For heart rates, we've got our oxygen saturation level. Trade wind, what do you reckon? That heart rate, that oxygen saturation level, as a professional, we got anything to worry about with that? What is it? Heart rate 78, oxygen saturation level 99.5. I think the oxygen saturation level isn't bad. Ak Original says, wear some of those old school full enclosed flight goggles. I should do, shouldn't I? Where are we going? We're going back to Raigmore. Seeing as he's got his door open, I'm going to open mine. Let's get some ventilation.
Patient on board. Take
Oh,
care.
alright. That's what happens when you don't pay attention. Right, you're on. Right, come on lads. Come on. Let's get going.
Cabin secured. Ready to fly.
Okay, engines to flight. Let's get the VMS page up just so we can watch everything come to life as it should. That's so good. Just wait for the spinning fork to get to 101. And now that both eyes are operating, hopefully we can aviate in a manner befitting the Royal Air Force and 202 Squadron. Quick hover check, all good. Lift, wind on the nose. There's a Dauphin over there, so I'm just going to come, or there we go. Just going to come behind him.
VTOS. VY.
Conscious of the high ground here, so just keeping an eye on that as we switch around. Keeping in a gentle climb, not going too fast because that will potentially cause a bit of a problem. Not that we need to worry about any overtalk now because we've absolutely knackered that, but at least the engines seem to be running. Okay, keeping the climb in. Oh, we got what have we got there? We've got the Eurofighter. Out of interest, because I'm not really a fast jet guy in the sim, we've got another one. What was that? Another Eurofighter. What's the Eurofighter that most people are flying in the sim? Is there just one in particular that everyone's going for? Because I do feel that I need to get the Eurofighter just so, especially a Lossie. Oh, look at that. Beautiful. Yeah, so that at Lossie at least I'm seeing Eurofighters and not tube liners. But when I went on to the marketplace, I saw there's two. Is it one is from CJ Simulations and the other one is India Fox Echo? Have I got that right? Yeah, which is the one that everyone's using, or are are people genuinely using both? Trondrew, India Fox Echo is the best. Oh, okay, cool. And is that the one most people are using? Because presumably, if you buy one, you're only going to see Eurofighters when other people are using them. Right, let's have autopilot on. Couple. Altitude is good. Speed is good. We're not going to over talk. So happy with that. Sun just over there behind the cloud. So definitely getting a bit darker. 60 minutes to the hospital. Captain Dave needs to turn off wake turbulence. That is beautiful, isn't it? That is, the Dauphin is such a good looking helicopter. I'm having some fun flying that. Very nearly didn't bother getting it, but I'm glad I did. Okay, it's pretty split between people using both. Ah. Oh no, I don't. Okay. Sorry, I was just thinking of something. We were having issues yesterday in the Dauphin. It was a stream and there was a bunch of us, and the Dauphin was suddenly wanting to nose up, and there was one other person who wasn't seeing that, and then someone else who was seeing exactly the same thing that I was seeing, but I have wake turbulence off, so it wouldn't have been that. In my case, anyway. It were a right pain in the backside. It were. Right, how are we doing? Engine's good, fuel's good. Let's check up on the patient. Romeo Richards, 30 years, male. He is responsive, which is good. He's emergency code 2 and he's 54. And he's there. Alright, Doc. How you doing, mate? How are you? I do love how the crew is animated. It certainly adds to the immersion. The atmospherics. Let's try some cinematics. Right, before it does anything silly, I don't always trust it. Sometimes, especially if it gets into a location too far from the helicopter, the camera that is, it will suddenly, nearly said something rude, it will go wrong, is what it is. It will go rather nasty. So 12 minutes out. Anyway, how the hell is everybody? I must remember maybe to try and stream a little bit more on a Sunday evening. Sunday evening can get a little bit kind of sitting in the waiting room of Monday, but streaming, it's always nice. It's always great to chat to you guys, especially doing this sort of thing. And next time we'll fly from a different area as well. Oh, just reminded me, if you're into Warbirds, we will be doing a group flight soon. I'm not entirely sure when. It might be next Friday, but I haven't posted it up yet. But if you're into Warbirds, and a group flight is different. I tend not to stream a group flight. The group flight is just a bunch of us getting together, doing some flying, chatting on voice on the Discord. I don't tend to use group flights as a as a reason to stream. So yeah, keep an eye on the Discord for that. And I can see Streamlabs has put the Discord link in the chat. So if you're not on the Discord, come along and say hello. Northland, it's for you, mate. You are the reason why, because you're absolutely right. It shocked me. I looked back to see the last time we had a Warbird group flight, and it was in May. So we've got to do something about that. So thanks to you for posing the question in the Discord, because we will be doing something about that. Okay, temperature in the room 35.3 degrees, but both eyes are operational, you'll be glad to know, so we won't have any shenanigans like we did before, that's for sure. No, my pleasure, Northland. They're always good fun. Let's have a quick look. Okay. Yeah, nothing to worry about too much there. Still need to get on our way. Nine minutes out. Kind of reached that point now where fairly confident nothing's going to go horribly wrong with the patient. See how low the sun is now. Just on the other side of those clouds, but you can see it reflecting off the water there. Some high ground coming up, but we've got clearance on that, so that's okay. He's happy. He knows he's going to get a cup of tea soon. So this is the plan. We haven't got enough time to land at Raigmore and then head back to Lossie. So we'll land at Raigmore and then get rid of the patient. I mean, unload the patient, and then we will call it a night. But yeah, it looks like quite a nice evening. It's not too windy. Viz is pretty good. Cloud isn't low enough to really be an issue for us, so we've been quite lucky with that. Six minutes out, everything's good. Just going to risk a little bit more speed, but just being a bit careful. Probably one of the things that they'll fix when they do the updates eventually. But the autopilot is so eager to overtalk when there's usually when there's strong winds, or if you put a climb in at high speed, it tends to wig out a little bit. Okay. Light is definitely fading. We can just lose a bit of height now, so I'm just going to dial that down a little bit. And we're actually coming up to, those of you that know your history, coming up to Culloden Battlefield. Where, of course, the English fought the Jacobites. I say the English, we actually had some Scottish clans fighting with English as well, but this is where Bonnie Prince Charlie was defeated. That brown field there in the middle. You can see the visitor centre, you can see the car park. Let me just close the... There you go. If you've ever been to Culloden to visit it, that's the visitor centre. And you can see the pathways. There's the old farmhouse. Just in there in the trees. Let's get the tablet open again. I'm sure our patient was keen to sign up for a tour. Okay, so we are 1 minute out. I'm going to take control back, so cyclic trim our release on and autopilot off. Original. Yeah, that's a slightly different version. Okay, so wind direction hasn't really changed. Coming back on the power. Rather nose up. Back on the collective. I'm visual with the landing pad. So we're going to do the same again. Ooh, a little bit of buffeting then. Just come round here.
Rear crew, we are approaching the landing site.
Pleased to report no eye sting. Both eyeballs working as they should. See the hospital crew on the ground now. Him do what he's going to do.
Rear crew, prepare for ground operations.
And we're down. Engines to idle. Come on, engine number one, behave. There we go. So there we go, taking it off. Airspeed Alive. So this helipad is a mod It's Epic Falls Scottish Helipads. The hospital itself is just part of the autogen, but the helipad is Epic Falls Scottish Helipads. There's a link, or there should be a link in the description down below, hopefully. But EA's covered all the helipads at hospitals in Scotland, which is really rather cool. Anyway, there you go. Have Apollo back in the 145. Man, take the Dauphin for a couple more spins. I was actually flying it earlier today. The reason why we're flying this now is because HPG have just announced that they've got they're working with a developer team to work on updates for the H145 and to have the action pack for the H160 that's we've been waiting for. So this was an on the spur of the moment stream because I was so pleased to see it. Ado, if that's you, Ado, come on, get your PT going, lad. See some burpees and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, so I just saw that announcement and I was so blooming excited. I thought, right, we're heading up to Scotland and we're going to do some HEMS stuff. I nearly did search and rescue, but we did that last time. But anyway, it's all random and it's all everywhere, and that's what this mod, Random and Everywhere, is about. Absolute piece of genius, it really is. And it's worth saying a huge thank you to all the people who spend their spare time producing these free mods. So many things going on with to be able to fly these missions, especially with the Davierosoft Random and Everywhere mod. It's and the amount of work they put into it. Kickers with his OSM, just amazing. Anyway, thank you to all the guys who flew along. That was a really, really good bunch of helicopters we had going. Absolute pleasure. There you go. Well done, Ado. Stop posing. No one's taking a picture of you, lad. Come on, get that PT going. Get them legs up. Yeah, it's been wonderful having you along, and thank you to you two for watching. Hope you've enjoyed it. I quite often, if you're new to the channel, quite often stream HEMS stuff because it's good fun. It's good fun having people coming along, and it's always good fun to chat as well. But there's all sorts of other things on the channel as well. Anyway, thank you for joining, and I hope you have a good week, by the way. I hope you have a good Monday. I hope Monday is kind to you. But in the meantime, I look forward to seeing you on the channel again very soon. Take care now. Bye-bye.